Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We are excited to present our group project titled A Presentation Analyzing the Lexical and Paralinguistic Features Found in the YouTube video titled The Benefits of Speaking Multiple Languages. This presentation is the result of a collaborative effort by our team, which includes myself, Lesnar, second, Melka, third, Michelle, Thomas, and Nur Atira. In this presentation, we will be analyzing both lexical choices, such as vocabulary and language style, and the paralinguistic feature like tone, facial expression, and body language used in the selected YouTube video. Our goal is to highlight how these elements contribute to the speaker message and effectiveness in communication. We hope you find our analyzing insightful and engaging. Let's begin with our objectives. Our objective isn't just to understand what was said in the video, but how it was said. So throughout this presentation, we aim to, first, analyze the communication technique used in this video. Second, explore lexical feature, things like vocabulary choices, repetition, and metaphor, and paralinguistic features such as tone, pace, gesture, and facial expression. And fourth, show how this feature works together to help the speaker inform, engage, and connect with the audience. And the last objective is reflect on how recognizing this feature can improve our own listening and communication skills, especially in academic or professional contexts. For the overview of the reference video, the episode runs for about 18 minutes and has a friendly podcast style format. Hannah Gilbert, the presenter, sits in the studio with a microphone and visual props like a globe and headset, creating a casual but educational vibe. She uses both spoken language and body language to communicate effectively. The main purpose of this video is to inform and educate viewers about the advantages of speaking multiple languages. Topics covered include, first, how bilingual brains work differently from monolingual ones. Second, the cognitive benefits of switching between languages. Third, emotional and social perks of multilingual communication. And the last one is real-life example from guests and experts. While it's educational, the format is not overly academic. Instead, it's aimed at a general global audience, particularly students, young adults, and curious listeners. It fits the tone of other BBC World Service content, informative but accessible, with a touch of personal storytelling. So why are we analyzing this video? Because understanding language isn't just about what someone says, it's about how they say it and why they say it that way. For this overview of lexical paralinguistic feature, we will explore lexical features which include word choices, repetition, analogies, and technical vocabulary. These help the speaker make abstract ideas like how the brain processes language easier to understand. Second, we will also analyze paralinguistic features such as tone of voice, facial expression, pace, and even pauses. These are often unconscious tools speakers use to guide listener attention, express emotion, or highlight importance. And the last one is recognizing this feature help us become more critical and skilled listener. It also makes us more effective speakers, whether we are presenting in class, giving a job interview, or just trying to explain something clearly. To begin our analysis, we will start with the lexical features, the specific words and phrases used to engage, inform, and persuade. I will now hand it over to Michelle, who will walk us through 5 important lexical features used in the podcast, along with examples and explanation.
Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Lirang. So I'm going to talk about lexical features. Lexical features refer to specific word choices and language devices used to convey meaning and engage the audience. There are 5 lexical features in benefit of speaking multiple language. That is metaphors, repetition, figurative language, technical, and inclusive language. Firstly, for metaphors or analogy, Metaphor and analogies draw comparisons to explain or clarify concepts. For example, time is a thief. This metaphor suggests that time, like a thief, can take away life moments without us realizing. Next, repetition. Repetition involves the deliberate use of the same word or phrase multiple times to emphasize a point to create a rhythm. For example, we will not race, we will not falter, we will not fail. This repetition reinforces determination of commitment. The third one is figurative language or constructive language. Constructive language highlights differences between two or more elements. For example, while the city is bustling, the countryside offers peace and tranquility. Tranquility. This sentence contrasts the busy city life with the calmness of the countryside. Next is technical or scientific vocabulary. Technical or scientific vocabulary consists of terms specific to a particular field of study. For example, the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. Here, mitochondria is a scientific term referring to a specific part of a cell. Last but not least, inclusive language aims to avoid excluding particular groups and promotes equality quis gecko. For example, everyone is welcome to participate in the workshop. Using everyone ensure that no one feels left out. Next, definition of technical or scientific vocabulary refers to specialized term used to precisely describe complex concepts, often derived from specific field like neuroscience, linguistics, or psychology. For example, at 2:15 seconds, the speaker says, when you speak multiple languages, your brain's gray matter density increases, particularly in the left inferior parietal cortex. The explanation is the use of technical terms such as gray matter density and left inferior parietal cortex provide the audience with a clear and accurate understanding of the neurological changes associated with multilingualism. This precise language enhances the speaker credibility and helps to inform the audience about the cognitive benefit of speaking multiple languages. That's all from me. Now I pass the next slide to Thomas.
Hello, my name is Thomas. Now, let's talk about paralinguistic features. These are the non-verbal elements that support spoken communication. They don't involve actual words but help us convey emotion, meaning, or emphasize more effectively. These are the five main types of paralinguistic features. The first one is we have tones of voice. This reflects the speaker mood or attitude and can completely change how a message is understood. Then facial expression. It shows how someone feels, like smiling to express joy or raising eyebrow to show surprise. Next, we have hand gesture, which help to emphasize or explain ideas visually. After that, we have pace that show how fast or slow someone talk can important or emotion. And finally, volume. It can be raised or low to stress key point or adjust to the audience attention. Together, these five features make communication more natural, expressive, and engaging. Okay, now let's take a closer look at a powerful moment in the video where the speaker use all five key paralinguistic features effectively, like tone, tone of voice, facial expression, hand gesture, pace, and volume, at all the same time to deliver her message in a truly engaging way. For example, in the video at around 2 minutes and 30 seconds, when the speaker say it actually really good for your brains. She used an enthusiastic tone of voice, smile brightly, raises her eyebrow, and gesture with her hand as if showing excitement. She also slowed down her speech slightly and raised her volume, especially on the words really, to stress the benefits. Now, for the explanation, at this, this moment demonstrates how multiply paralinguistic features works together to make the message more impactful. The speaker tone, the speaker tone and facial expression convey genuine excitement, while her hands gesture add clarity and energy. By adjusting her pace and volume, she emphasizes key points and ensure the audience stay focused. This combined feature help make her explanation about brain benefit both enriching and persuasive, reinforcing the importance of speaking multiple languages.
Hi, my name is Noor Atira. I'm gonna talk about how lexical and paralinguistic features complement each other in communication. Effective communication relies not only on the words we use, but also on how we say them. Together, these elements enhance meaning, create emphasis, express emotion, and ensure the audience understands and remembers the message more effectively. When used together, lexical and paralinguistic features create a richer, more engaging form of communication. The first one is complementing meaning through emphasis. Lexical features such as choice of vocabulary and sentence structure convey the core meaning of a message. Paralinguistic features like tone, pitch, facial expression, and gestures add emotional and expressive depth to that meaning. For example, a speaker says, "This is the most important point I want you to remember," while raising their voice slightly, pausing before and after the statement, and using a hand gesture such as pointing or an open palm. This combination directs the audience's attention to the importance of the statement, helping them process and remember it clearly. Second one is clarifying emotional intent. Lexical content alone can sometimes be ambiguous and neutral. Paralinguistic features help clarify the emotional tone behind the words, reducing misinterpretation. For example, saying "I'm fine" can mean very different things depending on tone and facial expression. With a warm smile and gentle tone, it signals genuine contentment. With a flat voice and a downcast eyes, it may signal distress or sarcasm. In this case, paralinguistic cues override the literal meaning of the words, helping the listener understand the true emotional state of the speaker. Next is enhancing engagement and retention. Messages that combine strong lexical choices with expressive paralinguistic delivery are more engaging and memorable. This is especially important in teaching, public speaking, and storytelling. For example, during a storytelling session, A teacher describing a suspenseful scene might use descriptive language, a quieter voice to build tension, wide eyes, and a dramatic pause before revealing the climax. Such delivery makes the story more vivid, helping listeners visualize events and retain information. Last one is managing conversation flow. Lexical and paralinguistic features also work together to manage turn taking and conversational rhythm. Words such as well, so, or anyway signal transitions, while changes in tone or strategic pauses indicate the end of a thought or invite a response. For example, in a group discussion, a speaker might say, "What do you think?" while leaning slightly forward, raising their eyebrows, and using a, an open hand gesture. This invites participation and keeps the conversation dynamic and interactive. Lexical and paralinguistic features are inseparable elements of effective communication. Lexical features provide the content, while paralinguistic features provide the context and emotional tone. Next, I will pass it to Melka.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Melka. For my part in these presentations, I will explain our conclusions in these assignments. The conclusion is, the video, The Benefits of Speaking Multiple Languages, skillfully combines lexical and paralinguistic features to communicate its message effectively. Through repetitions, emotive language, and rhetorical questions, the speaker engaged the audience intellectually and emotionally. Paralinguistic elements such as tone, pauses, and laughter enhance the delivery and deepen the impact. These features not only help convey the benefits of multilingualisms, but also make the message memorable and inspiring. Understanding these techniques enrich our listening comprehensions and allows us to better appreciate the power of language in communications. Thank you. That's all from us.